everybody, and welcome to the Crow's Next. You know Scotty.
Steve?
Tonight we want to talk about, this is the night before embarkation on a cruise that we'll talk about in a minute. But it's caused us to think about some of our lessons from a previous cruise. So for starters, we want to talk about our experience with Royal Caribbean. We took the Vision of the Seas out of Balto, MD, in November of 2023, just over a year ago. And it was our first time on Royal Caribbean, the first time on that ship. We went with some friends, and it was a 12-day, I think, Southern Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. The same one we're about to go on.
Yeah, more or less. So what did we think about our previous experience on the Vision of the Seas?
I really liked it. I mean, the truth is we don't have a lot of cruises to compare it to, but it's a smaller ship than a lot of Royal Caribbean's more popular ships. It's older, the Vision of the Seas, but the cruise itself is it's a grand tour of the Southern Caribbean, and so yeah, I totally enjoyed the Vision of the Seas as far as the size of the ship, the specialty restaurants, it was low key, and we also we had an ocean view room for the first time on that cruise, and we've always had a balcony, and it occurred to us that we don't always use the balcony very much, so we thought we'd try an ocean view room, and it turned out great. It was perfectly fine, plenty of storage. For an older ship, I think the Vision of the Seas is in remarkable shape, and the crew is stellar.
We also sometimes take out of Baltimore the Carnival Pride, which we've done a time or two, and Scotty's gotten the status now with Carnival where they now give her the ridiculously cheap casino fares pretty frequently. But we got nothing like that with Royal, so we had to pay more like a normal price for the Royal cruise, but still really good. Not ridiculous, but really good.
The fact that we don't have to get on an airplane makes currently the Pride is sailing out of Baltimore. It's kind of its home port for the moment, and same with Vision of the Seas Royal Caribbean. It makes going out of Baltimore very attractive despite the regular retail price.
So the clientele is indeed an older bunch of people. It doesn't have go-karts or ice skating or some of the more dramatic fun things. It doesn't even have a water slide. It has a rock climbing wall. I don't know if it's very busy up there because we didn't do it last time, but we are leaving during when school is in session, so chances are it's not going to be a lot of kids on this trip, and that's okay with us. We love kids that we're related to. The other kids we could take or leave. Is that too blunt?
No. Well, and surprisingly, I think I saw on the Facebook group there's 77 kids on board.
Oh my God, that's too many.
That's too many kids.
That's too many kids. We may want to see if we can get our money back still.
Yeah.
So we've spent, it's a few days after New Year's, and it's been a whirlwind from Christmas, New Year's, the holidays. We put everything away very quickly because we had this cruise coming up on January 4th, and it's an interesting experience. We did power slam putting Christmas away so that we wouldn't be here when we came back, but now that seems like a great idea. In the moment it was hard.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave. The weather is fixing to be terrible here. It snowed a little bit today. It's going to probably snow a little bit more tonight. And while we're gone, the 12 days we're gone, it might snow a lot based on current estimates. So it's a good time to go somewhere hot. So we're going to go somewhere hot and have fun. Going back to our previous experience, it was our first experience in an ocean view room. I believe I described it at the time as exactly adequate. In other words, the room was slightly larger than our combined dimensions. There was enough room, if we were careful, for one of us to use the mirror or sit on the little couchy thing or change the TV, but we couldn't both do it at the same time. There wasn't that kind of room. You could walk around the bed. The king combined bed had space on the side just about the size of my feet, so I could carefully edge my way around the bed in the middle of the night or in the morning or whatever. But it was fine. It was great. Everything worked. There were no weird smells. There were no weird noises. The weather turned out to be great. It was a real fun time. We took in, I think Scotty mentioned, we took in a lot of the specialty restaurants last time, and probably will again. We sampled the buffet, and we sampled the main dining room, and we'll talk more about that later, I think. The ship was kept up well enough for being 20 plus years old. It was a nice size. They can't bring Gigundo ships up into Baltimore, so this is the size that both Baltimore and Royal use, and it's a nice size. 2,000 some people, an adequate number of staff. I said we did a number of the shows. The shows, maybe I could take or leave some of them, but it's fun. It's part of the cruise experience. And we really enjoyed the excursions last time and the islands that we stopped at.
I just like that it's a quieter experience than, you have these sort of amusement parks at sea and these resorts on the water, and that's all lovely for those that like that, but I really like the boat experience. I like being on a boat. I like being on the water. I like feeling the water. I like,
up to a point.
Yeah, and I like there's a roughing it element to a smaller ship, and I like that. That's what I'm in it for, and that's not for everybody. And there's a walking track on the upper deck, and it's a different kind of ship. So.
Yeah, we're taking another couple that are friends of ours. I think it'll be fun. We're hoping to get some gaming in, hope we get some reading in, and there's three sea days because we're leaving from Baltimore and it's very far from the Caribbean. There's 3 sea days at the front, and there's 3 days at the back, and then there's 5 port days in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you get plenty of that ocean time that Scotty was talking about. I love it too. I could spend a lot of time just staring out the window or out over the railing at the ocean and being lost in my thoughts. I just love it. Maybe that'll wear off someday, but so far that's enough of it. The fact that it can be a luxurious experience in an amazing hotel is above and beyond all that, but that's also been our experience so far. So, 13 months after the last time, 14 months after the last time, we're tomorrow going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to get on the Vision of the Seas. They're going to park it an hour from our house. We're going to drive down there and get on board. And gosh, I hope the boarding experience is better than last time.
Yeah, last time our timing was not great. It was, there was a Coast Guard inspection. I mean, the line was outside the gates of the terminal, and we anyway, needless to say, it started out unpleasantly, but the unpleasantness passed pretty quickly, and we were on our way. And
Yeah, an inauspicious start. First time on that ship and that line, and before we even got on it, the line of cars was ridiculous. We worked very hard, as a lot of people do, to be prepared and to get a good boarding time, and so we could get on and enjoy the first day of our cruise in a reasonable manner. And all that was just shot to smithereens by the fact that they they had enormous delays in letting anybody on the ship because of the inspection.
And the Baltimore port has a reputation for being really lickety split and efficient, and because there's only ever one ship boarding at a time. It's not anything like Lauderdale or Miami or any of those places. It's a very small little port.
Our other experiences sailing in and out of Baltimore have mostly been okay as far as the port part goes. One time, Scotty's cruise was extraordinarily late getting back, but that wasn't on the port. And I think the experience, other than that, the experience debarking, disembarking, unbarking, has been great. It's just that one embarking process was bad. So fingers crossed it'll be better tomorrow. We'll see. The ports are slightly different this time, but I expect it to be more or less the same as it was last time. 12 days of fairly relaxed, unhurried enjoyment of the ship and the basics by people that are probably about our age or maybe even considerably older.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess apparently 77 that are considerably younger. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's the rumor. There's going to be 77 kids.
Yeah.
Some people think they're going to mostly be toddler age.
Okay.
So they're, but I guess the Christmas cruise had like 650 kids. And this is a ship that accommodates, I think, 2,200 max.
What did they do with themselves on this ship with no? I mean, there's a kids club, there's a teen club.
Well, and it's good, but it was definitely a Christmas cruise.
There's 2 ping pong tables. It's great fun.
So God only knows what they did.
They have chicken nuggets. Kids, I understand, like those.
I think all hell broke loose, and they were allowed on the
in the adults only. Of course they were.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it. Packing has been pressurized because it's weird to do it right after New Year's like this, but pretty cool also. And we take great pains, especially Scotty, to set up the return process. That the house is going to be super clean when we return, and everything's going to be in its proper place, and Christmas will be a memory. So that gives us more work to do in the front end to reward future us.
Yes, 2024 Scotty was taking good care of 2025 Scotty, and I was pretty methodical about packing away Christmas. So, yeah, I guess that's...
So, yeah, we'll talk more to you guys on the ship. This is going to be, by the way, a year of cruises for us. We've finally gone insane and booked a total of about 60 days worth of cruises over the next 12 months in calendar 2025. We're going to be at sea, a sixth of the year.
Every few weeks.
Yeah. And this is just the start, but this is a kind of a middle of the road one that should be easy and wonderful and not a lot of new experiences, so we'll see.
No.
We liked our room. By the way, we liked our ocean view room last time so much we got the exact same room again.
Yeah, why not? Get the room that is good.
Fine. Hopefully nobody screwed it up in the last year, and
I hope not.
It's still wondrous. That's it for now. Please like and subscribe our channel. And we will be back to add more to this once we're aboard. Tally-ho.
Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve, Scotty Steve.